and women who fought for our country, those who have survived and those presently serving in our military. Sit back and join us as we take a step back into time.
In modern times, the U.S. military plays or sounds reveille in the morning, although its exact time varies from base to base. On U.S. Army posts, the national flag is raised while reveille is played. On board U.S. Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard facilities, the flag is generally raised at 0800 hours while the bugle call to the the national anthem or the bugle call to the colors is played. On some military bases, reveille is accompanied by a cannon shot.
As reveille is played or sounded, all uniformed personnel are required to come to attention and present a salute either to the flag or in the direction of the music if the flag is not visible. Personnel armed with rifles at the time of the reveille are required to give a rifle salute Would everyone please stand for the reveille? Hello, I'm 5th grader Devin Downey, and I will be playing the reveille on recorder. With the most recent change adding the words "under God" in 1954. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Newspapers, periodicals, and broadsheets sold on streets of Boston, Philadelphia, and other major American cities.
Many songs expressed during pride and anger. They told of rising political tensions, the Boston Massacre, the Tea Parties, the weaknesses of the enemy, and the strength of our patriotism. One of those songs truly stirred the hearts of the soldiers. Yankee Doodle is a well-known British-American song, and the origin dates back to 7 Years' War. Hi, my name is Devaney Hernandez, 3rd grader, and I'm going to be singing Yankee Doodle.
Key was on board a British warship and waiting for the outcome of an attack on Fort McHenry in Baltimore. When the smoke finally cleared, Key saw that the flag was still flying high above the fort. This inspired him to write the poem that would later become the words for the Star-Spangled Banner.
I'm 5th grader Chloe Eunice, and I will be singing the Star-Spangled Banner. Will everyone please stand? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets that flare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Reportedly, it all began in 1862 during the Civil War when Union Army Captain Robert E. Lee was with his men near Harrisonburg, Virginia. The Confederate Army was on the other side of the narrow strip of land. During the night, Captain Lee heard the moans of a soldier who was severely wounded on the field, not knowing if it was a Confederate or a Union soldier. The captain decided to risk his life and bring the stricken man back for medical attention.
Crawling on his stomach through the gunfire, the captain reached the stricken soldier and began pulling him toward the encampment. When the captain finally reached his own lines, he discovered it was actually a Confederate soldier, but the soldier was dead. The captain lit a lantern and suddenly caught his breath and went numb with shock. In the dim light, he saw the face of the soldier. It was his own son.
The boy had been studying music in the South when the war broke out. Without telling his father, the boy joined the Confederate Army. The following morning, heartbroken, the father asked permission to give his son a full military burial despite of his enemy status. The request was denied since the soldier was a Confederate. His request was only partially granted. The captain had asked if he could have a group of Army band members play a funeral dirge for his son at the funeral. His request was denied since the soldier was a Confederate. But out of respect for the father, they did say they could give him one musician. The captain chose a bugler. He asked the bugler to play a series of musical notes he had found on a piece of paper in the pocket of the dead youth's uniform. This wish was granted. The haunting melody, which we now know as taps, used at military funerals, was born. I am 5th grader Carly Shockey, and I'll be playing taps on the recorder.
And those men and women who have fought bravely for our country. After Catherine Lee Bates took a trip to Pikes Peak in Colorado, she wrote this song that truly brings Americans together. Now third graders, Reagan Morgan, Keegan Quicker, Holly Hosey, and Emily Herbert will sing America the Beautiful.
Once told a story of an encounter he had with a Civil War veteran who fought at Gettysburg. The two men found themselves next to each other, and Cohan noticed that the vet held a carefully folded but ragged old flag. The man then turned to Cohan and said, "She's a grand old rag."
Cohan thought it was a great line and wrote the lyrics to a song that was later performed on stage. He originally named his tunes, "You're a Grand Old Rag." There were so many complaints about it that he changed the words, and now his song, "You're a Grand Old Flag," has become a great patriotic song showing respect for our flag.
May
fight to keep our freedoms here in America.
We want to continually show our appreciation to all our veterans and to thank them for being there when needed. Your dedication has been an inspiration to the youth of today, and we are proud to have you as our role models. We're all proud to be Americans and proud and honored that all of our veterans are here with us today. Thank you. And when the gym clears, we will take a group photo. Thank you and happy Veterans Day.